both of these short stories, The Flask of Oil and The Peasant and the Cucumbers, and kind of talk about this graphic organizer that you completed. So I personally kind of found these stories a little bit like humorous. It's a bit of irony here that there's like a poor man, right? This poor man, and he gets like this valuable flask or container of oil from like his wealthy or rich neighbor. So those were the two characters in this story. You can see those noted here on the graphic organizer. And then what happened in this story? Well, before we even jump to that, let's look at the next one. The Peasant and the Cucumbers. Again, you had kind of this poor man, right? The peasant. And then you have the gardener. And the gardener must have some money because he's got these cucumbers, which apparently were of value to the peasant. But so we know that there's kind of even a similarity there in the characters. We've got like somebody who is kind of poor, does not have a lot of money, and then somebody who has either money or something of value, whether it's like oil or cucumbers or a garden. But I already see a similarity in these two texts. But now let's talk about the events. I know that for some of you guys, what I noticed is that you were recording like all of the events. So mine might look slightly different. I kind of try to simplify and summarize, right? Because we learned that last week, how good readers can summarize. So I tried summarizing the plot in 1 to 2 sentences. So in this first story, I learned that this poor man receives a flask of oil from his rich neighbor, and he plans basically to go on and sell it. While he's talking this through to himself and he's thinking about it and what he's going to do with all of his riches or all of his money, then he accidentally takes his staff that he's holding in his hand and he evidently like wheels it around, knocks over the flask of oil, it breaks and spills all over him. Kind of a mess, right? So those are the events from the flask of oil. And now let's talk about the peasant and the cucumbers. We know that in this text, there was this poor man and he goes near this gardener's house and plans to steal some cucumbers. That's the first major event. Then after that, kind of summarizing those other events that followed, because right, he was going to sell this to buy this and sell this to buy this. And he was going to get like eggs or hens and eggs and chicks and a pig and piglets and on and on. So what I said is that he's daydreaming, right? Because it's not actually happening. He's dreaming of something he could do about what will happen after he gets them. And then what happens is that he even goes on to daydream that like he's going to have, this house, he's going to get married, and he's, what is he going to do? Hire a watchman, I guess. He's going to have this watchman that's going to be watching over his garden, and he then like shouts like, keep a sharp look. Well, little does he know, the watchman that's standing right there watching over the gardener's house in the gardener's garden hears him, and what happens? He goes and gets him and he eats him. So he gets caught. So that's your quick like summary of these two texts. Now, what about the topics? Well, both topics have to do with a man dreaming of a richer life. So in this text, a man dreams of a richer life. And in this story, we can say it's actually the same exact topic. A man dreams of a richer life. So in these two stories, really, like we're focused on if we have this shared idea or a shared theme. And really in these stories, we definitely have a shared topic. It's of people who are dreaming of what life might be. Now let's talk about the theme. Well, the theme really in this story, he learned that like, I guess you got to be careful where you're waving your staff around. But more importantly, I think what he learned was that not to or don't dream about the future when you need to focus on the present. Now, I want you to think to yourself, does this theme right here also apply to the peasant and the cucumbers? Yes or no? I would agree. I think that these stories also share a similar theme. So not only do we have a similar topic, but we also have a similar theme. Excellent. So in part 2 of this video, I'm going to go through and introduce you to a new text that you are going to be reading today. So give me just a moment and I'm going to switch over and find the second text or second set of text. One of the texts that you're going to be reading today, it's called Javadi and the Princess. And this is a folk tale and it comes to us from Italy. And in this folk tale, it's kind of interesting. Javadi is known as being like the village fool. So I guess he's kind of got like a bad reputation, but he finds and meets this princess. And he says, you know, may you fall in love with me. And it says, as usually occurs, the princess fell in love with him immediately. Well, guess what? Her father, the king, was really embarrassed by this. So he decides that he is going to consult his advisors. So you can see that word right here. He consulted his advisors. And that word means that like he's going to meet with them, he's going to talk to them and discuss like what should they do or what should happen because he's not happy with this. There's a few more words in this text that we need to talk about. And let's see, the next one is right here. He's throwing these figs and raisins out of a barrel. Yeah, he actually gets like stuffed into a barrel. I know, kind of strange. But he's throwing handfuls of the luscious fruit out of a hole. That word luscious refers to very like juicy and flavorful. That's actually one of our previous vocabulary words that we've already discussed. There's another word here, clamored. They clamored out. So the princess and Javadi were both stuffed into this barrel and they've been rolling along down this hill, down like a steep cliff. And so clamored, if I had to use my context clues, I might think, well, if I were stuffed in a barrel and I'm going to clamber out after I've been rolling down this hill, I guess I'm kind of like climbing and making my way out. It's probably not very graceful, but I just kind of get myself out of that barrel. Let's see. The other one, this is a previous vocab word, but humble. They ask, this actually a frog tells them that he'll grant them a wish, but they ask for a humble cottage. So a humble means like not real fancy, just kind of average. All right, we're going to take a look now in the last part of this video at the second text you're going to be reading. Because just like yesterday, we are going to read two texts, right? Javadi and the Princess and Hans and the Princess. I'm guessing you're already kind of making a connection here based on the title. But we are going to kind of compare these stories. Maybe there's some similarities in their characters, some similarities in the events, but we're really kind of trying to focus in on the similarities between the topics that are presented in these two texts and also the theme. So let's take a look at Hans and the Princess. Kind of different as well. In Hans and the Princess, this is again a folktale and it's coming from Germany. And just like Javadi and the Princess, there is a village fool. You can see here, stupid village fool. I feel kind of bad for these guys if that's what they're being like referred to as, but hey, whatever. The king is pretty upset, right? He sends his dog out and finds that the dog is supposed to drag back like the person who his daughter, the princess, is going to marry, and he brings back this village fool named Hans. And so the king is pretty upset and he does something kind of terrible to them and they sort of disappear. And there's a few words here we need to talk about before you begin reading. Devoured. So Hans like wishes for things. Sounds like kind of a trend here that we're noticing, kind of a pattern. And he suddenly wishes for some potatoes. They're out kind of in the sea, sort of stranded. And then it says the word devoured here. So devoured means he ate them very quickly. A vessel. He's on a proud vessel or a large ship. A few more things to note here. Where were they? The king protested. You've probably heard this word before, but he's like declaring against what's being said here. He's kind of like against what people are thinking. So in the end, the princess kind of teaches she and Hans, because they do end up getting married, right? The stupid village fool. And they kind of try to teach the king a quick lesson or two. So you are going to read these two texts today. You are going to complete the graphic organizer. It's the same one that you did yesterday. And again, focusing on the characters, the events, and then also that topic and theme section. And then thinking in your brain, are there any similarities between these topics or the theme? Do they kind of share anything that's the same? All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. We'll be talking about this more during our live meeting.